She was inside a glowing cave. The walls shimmered, the air was moist, and faint footsteps echoed in the distance. "Is someone there?" she whispered. Suddenly, an old man appeared. He had a long white beard and wore ancient robes. "You shouldn't have come here, child," he said. "Who are you? How did I get here?" Sia asked. The man sighed and said, "This island can trap you, but if you're willing, you can leave. But you must face a hard test." Sia's skin crawled. "What kind of test?" she asked. "You must decide, do you want to escape or become part of this island?" Her mind spun. "Become part of it?" she asked. The man nodded. "Only those who understand the island's truth are allowed to leave. Those who fear it stay forever." Sia's breathing quickened. "I want to go home." The old man smiled, then answered 3 questions. "If you're right, you may go. If not, ... He trailed off. Sia understood the risk. "I'm ready," she said. He pointed to a wall with a seal. The first riddle read, "If you have a boat, a paddle, and a direction, but the wind is against you, can you reach the shore?" Sia thought, then answered, "Yes, if I row with patience and courage, I'll eventually get there." The man nodded. "Correct." He pointed to the second wall. It read, "If you have only one chance and don't know if it's right or wrong, will you take it?" Sia took a breath. "If I don't, I'll never know. So I must move forward." "Correct." He nodded again. He turned to the third wall. It read, "If you must choose to leave or stay, but leaving means losing your most beloved, what will you do?" Sia froze. She looked at Bruno. "No, I can't leave him," she whispered. Tears filled her eyes. "If I have to leave Bruno behind, then I won't go. He's not just a dog, he's family." Suddenly, the cave filled with light. The old man smiled gently. That was the real answer. He began to vanish slowly. "What's happening?" Sia gasped. His voice echoed, "You passed the test, Sia. The island reveals itself only to those with true love and courage. You didn't give up, and you didn't abandon the one you love. Now the island will let you go." As the cave disappeared, Sia found herself back at the shore. Her boat had returned. "Bruno, we're safe." She cried and hugged him. Bruno wagged his tail happily. She climbed into the boat and started rowing. This time, the wind was with her. The island faded behind her. Hours later, she saw a ship in the distance. "Help! Help!" she shouted. The crew spotted her and rushed to bring her aboard. When she looked back, the island had vanished. Was it even real? She wondered. But when she reached into her pocket, she found the same old paper. It read, "You won." Sia smiled and hugged Bruno tightly. Now, she knew true love and courage could overcome even the darkest mystery. See if you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to like and comment which part you found the most thrilling. In the dark of night, there was nothing but water all around. No shore was visible in any direction. Sia, a 25-year-old girl, sat frightened in a corner of the boat. Her clothes were soaked, her hair was messy, and fear was clearly visible in her eyes. The only thing she had was Bruno, her beloved dog, who sat huddled next to her, just as wet and scared. "What do we do now, Bruno?" Sia whispered with a trembling voice and hugged him tightly. Bruno looked up at her with his innocent eyes, as if trying to comfort her. Sia remembered how she ended up here. She had been on a cruise with her family, enjoying a party. Everything was going smoothly until suddenly, someone mistakenly loosened the rope of a lifeboat. Without realizing it, Sia, who was sitting inside, began to drift away. She screamed for help, but the loud music drowned her voice. Now, in the middle of a lonely sea, she was alone without help, without hope. Suddenly, she noticed the boat slowing down as if something beneath was pulling at it. Curious and frightened, she looked over the side. There was movement under the water. Her heart began to pound. What could it be, she thought. Suddenly, the boat jerked violently. Terrified, Sia clutched Bruno tighter. She looked around, searching desperately, when a faint light flickered far away on the horizon. Maybe it's a ship, she hoped and shouted, "Is anyone there? Please help." But to her horror, her own words echoed back at her. Bruno began barking strangely, as though he did sense something unnatural. Moments later, the boat started drifting on its own in a specific direction, like it was being pulled. Eventually, a small island appeared ahead. Sia couldn't believe her eyes. Maybe I can get help there, she thought, and began paddling. But as she reached closer, she saw that the place was deserted, only dry trees and sand. She stepped out and looked around. Bruno followed closely. Suddenly, he began barking loudly near a rock. "What is it, Bruno?" she asked. He stopped at a stone. When Sia approached, she found an old, half-buried wooden sign. It read, "No one who came to this island ever returned." Fear struck her heart. She turned to look for the boat, but it had vanished. Her pulse raced. Looking around, all she saw was silence. Dry trees swayed in the breeze. Her footprints marked the sand. What now? "There's no one here," she muttered. Bruno growled softly beside the stone. Sia noticed something strange. There were more footprints than just hers and Bruno's. How's that possible? She wondered. She began to follow them, which led into a bush. Behind it, she found an old hut made of wood and dry leaves. It looked ancient. She cautiously peeked inside. It was dark. She lit a torch by wrapping grass around a stick and saw old utensils, a torn bed, and a wooden chest. Did someone live here? She wondered. Her heart pounding, she opened the chest. Inside were old papers, handwritten. One read, "If you're reading this, you're trapped too. This island won't let you go." Her hands shook. What does that mean? She gasped. Bruno sat silently beside her, as if he too felt the same fear. Sia, read on. "There's something here you can't see, but it sees you. The more you run, the closer it gets." Panicking, Sia shut the chest. Just then, a voice echoed from a distance. "Help! Is someone there?" Her heart raced. Is someone else here? She thought. The voice sounded familiar. She rushed out of the hut and ran toward the sound. Bruno followed. They reached the shore where waves crashed wildly. No one was there until she saw a figure in the water. Someone was in a boat. "Hey, come here, help me," she screamed. But when she got closer, her heart froze. The person in the boat looked exactly like her. Same what clothes, same messy hair, and the same terrified eyes. What? What is this? She whispered. Bruno barked violently. Sia stepped forward, but the image in the boat began fading. "No, wait," she cried and ran toward it. The moment she touched the boat, it vanished. She dropped to her knees, stunned. "What is happening to me?" she whispered. Bruno began digging in the sand. Something was buried. Sia picked up a hidden paper. It read, "You're on the right path. The shadow cannot help, but it can guide." Where it vanished, the answer lies. Sia looked back at the water where the boat had disappeared. The water there shimmered with a soft light. Maybe something is there, she thought. Taking a deep breath, she stepped into the water. Bruno barked in protest, but Sia calmed him. "I'll be back soon, Bruno. Wait for me." Slowly, she waded into the water. The moment she touched the glowing area, she felt something pull her in. She screamed, but in the next moment, she found herself in a strange place underwater, but not wet.